So thank you very much for coming over. It's a pleasure to see some of our old friends, and it's like every time I come here, I meet my friends, and it's just like me coming into a friendship community. So it's so great and welcoming us here. I'm really honored. Thank you so much. So you'll see there's a new branding now, which I want to spend a little bit of time on it. So for me, this is a very important thing because learn with us. Together we can change the world. What is the world? It's not the big thing. It's the world for the person, their families, and the bigger thing. So when I look at a gathering like this, I'm saying, partner with us. Together we can change the world. Not the world around here, it may happen, but the world of the learner, which is very important, and how we can help them on their journey with us. So this is a very good way of us trying to get everybody together. This is very important to me. It has been since now I'm counting days. It's nearly 29, soon 30 years since I started that. This is important. Everybody should have equal values, access to high quality value education around the world. And for me, that is sacrosanct. It has to be. We need to provide good education, quality education to everyone. So when we talk about equality, we talk about equality to give everybody access to something together. Whether they can get it or not is important. So that's why we have to build equity. Equity is about giving people the support and help. And I see something with what Tony and Jennifer do day in, day out with our students and their students is to give them the equity to help them achieve the liberation. Liberation for me is giving the learner their vision, where they want to get to, and how can we make that happen for them. So this is very important for me to have that in our minds for our partners and as far as us as students. And again, partner us, we can together give them the equity and help them achieve that to bring them where they need to be. So this is all about partnerships. For me, this is also very, I know too much text on it, but I believe in inclusion. And for the last few years, we have been the center of the only organization online to be awarded Center of Excellence on Inclusion. We are also quite a few times been talking to UNESCO and speaking at UNESCO conferences about inclusivity. So we are recognized as one of the inclusive leaders. So just as a context, 1996 is when I started. The gray hair tells you all, less hair is when I started. We have external group of people with over 120 years of experience who actually keep me in check and make sure we are on the right path. Approved Cambridge and Pearson. I'm glad to see Pearson here together. Thank you very much for attending our event here. And we're focused on developing skills and competencies. It's not about just pure academic. It's skills and competencies. And inclusivity, and I'll talk more about inclusivity and providing pathways. Pathways are very important because we need to show where they can go and how they can achieve. And we have partnerships, like I said, with UNESCO, IITE. In this region, I'm very happy to say we are working very closely with some governments as well as with CIMIO, CIMIO WOCTEC, CIMIO Innotech. So there's a lot of CIMIOs we are working with to help bring that change in education and modality of education here. And one of the other things which I haven't mentioned here, we believe in every child matters, or as the Americans used to call, no child left behind. So even if our learners cannot get onto the academic pathways, we have another pathway, the vocational pathway, right? Because at the end of the day, it's about our learners being able to put food on the table and shelter. So they must have that in place. This is important for me. This is why you guys are here. We need to create an education facilities that is inclusive, effective, learning environment. It's the learning environment we have to create. The nice way of creating a safe learning environment. I have not mentioned technology. It's about an environment. If we create the right environment, our learners will thrive and they'll get better. And I can prove that it works. I've been to SUNAS and I've seen some of our students thriving. Been to study and seen our students thriving. It's the total environment which helps our students. This graphics is very critical, and it will come to it. So we have our teaching center right now in Asia, which is in Brunei and in Dhaka. But look at it, our students, this is why we say we are a completely inclusive organization. We have students who are normal students here. We have students with learning disabilities and differences. We have children who are missing education because they are in rural areas or have gender issues. We're there. Vulnerable children in care, mental health, we have them. And we also have disengaged learners and physical disabilities. So we cater for everybody. We are not an exclusive. We're a totally inclusive organization. And this is important because every part of our society has some of these young people, and we need to cater for them. So this is very important for us, and we have been doing this since 1996. Bit of a long one, but I hope you can understand. But you know, one of the things here, so I was in Manila a couple of weeks ago with the Department of Education, and we are working together with them, hopefully, to look at rural areas. And every time I used to go there, they used to say to me, but no internet, no internet. And then when I went there last time, they said, guess what? I said, tell me. Well, we've just signed an agreement with the Starlink. Really? Great. So no excuses now. Let's get them trained up, educated, get them up. No excuses. Yes, you can use Starlink to get access to rural areas, to your islands, to your forests. Right? There's no excuse anymore. So I was very happy. So another thing which is important for me, if you look at that slide, this is our pass rates for 23-24, 24-25, international and UK. In the UK, around 90% of our students have some sort of learning disabilities, learning differences. In the international sector, we have only 15% of our students have learning differences. The results are identical. Why? It's how we teach, how we train our teachers. They're all trained to the same standard. They do understand that students have different ways of learning, and they get it. And for me, this year in the UK was one of the best. We were ahead, above the national standard of students in normal schools. So just shows it can be done. For me, it's lifelong learning. Teaching stops, and it can stop. But learning only stops when you stop breathing. Right? So this is all about lifelong learning. So this is about Professional Development Institute, which we just launched last year. It's about taking the learning into workplace and making sure we can do that for our learners, but also other learners as well. Right, so this is something which we do. And also for here, we have teacher training, trainer training. We have started in UK called Nisai Passport to Work, which is for people who the students will not be academic, but they can go into hairdressing, childcare, hospitality, but they can move in and then they can move on to the pathways. So this is our... So what we did in the schools area, where we personalized the learning, we're actually personalized the training in workplace. For me, if I'm talking about inclusivity and equity in education, inclusivity and equity should also be in the workplace, right? Because if I have neurodiverse students in my school, then they should be employable in the workplace as well. So we should be creating that. So we have got exactly the same thing of how we deliver learning. We're delivering training to be personalized, where a learner is supported through a complementary and a collaborative partnership. That's where you are again. Partner us, together we can change the world, right? This is all about partnerships and collaborations, traditional and non-traditional, holistic It's not just pure academic. It's the holistic approach to the whole learning, which is important. And just to show you where we are in Asia, 5 years journey, we are got a big footprint in Asia right now. And this is our teaching center in Brunei, and I'm happy to say, very happy to say that Vietnam and Hanoi, especially the team, covers everything from Japan to Tunisia and in between, right? And the teachers from Brunei and Bangladesh teach the whole Asian region. And the most important thing, which I'm sure you will like it, is we have signed an agreement in Ho Chi Minh City to take some more space. This is where we're going to be creating our teaching center, a dual language teaching center in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh City. So it will be both for local curriculum as well as for international curriculum. And it will take with children with learning differences as well. And this is the pain points, and I just want a reflection why we're doing this here, is if you look at that, you have about 1 million autistic, or 1% of children born in Vietnam. They need to be looked after. They need to be having education. They need to have pathways, right? So this is why we are investing in Ho Chi Minh City to support this kind of young people, right? Because we have a challenge here. If you have visible disability, our region is very good at it. If it's invisible disability, we're not very good at it, right? So we need to have that learning differences, learning disabilities, how we cater for that. So this is one reason why, a major reason why we are investing in Ho Chi Minh City for our teaching center. So our vision is to provide national curriculum for children with learning needs, as well as international curriculum. Let's give them the equity, the support to get to their full potential. That's what our vision is, even here in Vietnam. So just to show you very quickly, but this is what we're doing in the UK, and I don't think we need to translate that, but you can see it. It's providing a whole range of partners using local support and partnerships to provide that learning for the students. Okay. And that's me done. Partner us. Together we can change the world. Thank you very much for listening to me.